Those failures, of course, extend beyond the borders of Illinois. That's their national failures, a failure to have comprehensive immigration reform, a failure of the president to follow his own edict to go after the worst of the worst.
And then there's this story. As Trump and Republicans try to remove these dangerous Neanderthals that have no business in our country, on Sunday, before ICE agents were deployed to airports, Guatemalan nationals Angelina Lopez Jimenez and Wendy Godinez Lopez were rearrested at San Francisco airport. Now, there's video of this. We're going to roll here in a second. After Lopez Jimenez tried to flee while being escorted to international terminal for processing. They were being actively deported. They resisted as they were being moved to the airport to be deported that very day. Resisted ICE agents as well. The mother and daughter have the final removal orders from an immigration judge back in 2019. Then they flee in the airport. Now, what happens here is all the white liberals at SFO, San Francisco Airport, assume that these are the ICE agents that were helping TSA, and they were just trying to deport people in the middle of a security line, when in fact they were just watching the latest crime by an illegal so entitled that she ignored a final deportation order for 7 years and was so arrogant that she was flying domestically despite those orders, and then she gets arrested in an airport and taken down right here in this moment. Congressman Andy Ogles of Tennessee has been calling to ramp up the denaturalization of foreigners who lie to get citizenship, and he joins us tonight. Something to see. You know, this moment at SFO Airport was so surreal. They could have been arresting this woman for smuggling fentanyl, and white liberals would have been enraged.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely insane. Look, if you came into this country illegally, you should not be here. Deport them all. Yeah. It's that simple. This is not a complicated equation. The president has made his commitment that he's going to deport individuals who violate our laws, who have violated our laws. I had the fortune of being with the president yesterday in Memphis as we celebrated the decrease in crime in that great city. And then I traveled with him on Air Force One. And one of the things we discussed was the work that our great men and women of ICE are doing, putting themselves in harm's way to defend this country. So kudos to the president, kudos to the governor of Tennessee, and to really local and state law enforcement as well in Tennessee. Right. Because when you have that collaboration, keep in mind Memphis was the #1 city in the country for violent crime just a year and a half ago. And now you're seeing a 40 to 70% decrease in crimes across the board. Why? Because you have a police presence. Why? Because you have this determination to get criminals and thugs off the streets. And oh, by the way, most of them are illegal. Yeah, and the great irony is, I mean, how many hundreds of black lives has this president saved? And to the Democrat Party that focuses singularly, I think, on the plight of the minority in this country, they absolutely hate that story, and we'll never talk about it. We'll never focus on it because it goes so directly against their narrative. I got to get to one more from you here before I let you go. Minnesota, that fraud scandal brought so much to light. Foreign nationals exposed stealing so much of our money. We now have a 38-year-old illegal from Azerbaijan living in California. This guy stole $90 million. One guy. $90 million in government funds in a healthcare scheme. You have a Pakistani guy, 46 million he stole. One guy, 46 million. Medical testing laboratory in Oregon. We've seen hospice fraud all through Southern California. It's so absurd, Congressman, how easy it is to steal money from this government and how there is no apparatus in place to catch any of these people. And it makes me wonder why I haven't been stealing from the government for these past 10, 15 years. Yeah, well, I mean, if you want to get rich, open a Somali daycare. I mean, holy cow. But, you know, that's why I have the Assimilation Act, which brings an end to the chain migration. So instead of having, 700,000 people a year claiming that they're a relative of someone who is here, we cut that out and only immediate family. So maybe 50,000 would get in. And even then, they would have to justify why that they're here. So we've got to put you've got to deport, you've got to prosecute, you've got to denaturalize, you've got to deport. You've got to deport. And now we have to have the DOJ equip and fund the DOJ to go after these criminals, because you're talking about hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars, being stolen from the American taxpayer. And keep in mind that the suicide suicide rate amongst our veterans is still roughly 20 a day. That money should be going to them. We have children across this country, American citizens, children who don't have textbooks. They are stealing from you, but they're stealing from those in our community that need it the most, like our veterans, like children. I've had enough. I'm sick of it. And you come here illegally, we're going to deport you. And if you commit a crime, we're going to put you in prison and we're going to deport you.
It's
I don't know why it has to be that any more complicated than that.
And the idea that billions of dollars, if billions of dollars was stolen from Google, from Amazon, if one guy stole $90 million from one of these companies, they'd know about it in about 10 seconds. But the U.S. government has no clue. The only thing that they know how to do is to turn around and say, you need to pay your fair share. We need more money from you, and to bully you into giving them more cash so they can light it on fire. It's despicable. Thanks for being one of the good ones. Congressman Andy Ogles, we appreciate it.
Sir, thank you.
Good to see you.
You know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmitt tonight on Newsmax.